On the 17th of June 2010, a report on Sussex Police Authority was released. It was produced by Her Majesty's Inspectorate of Constabulary in conjunction with the Audit Commission, which monitors how public money is spent. The report starts with a 3-page summary, at the end of which a table summarises the author's findings by awarding grades for 4 assessment areas. Setting strategic direction and priorities, 2. Scrutinising performance outcomes, 2. Achieving results through community engagement and partnership, 2. Ensuring value for money and productivity, 2. Overall score, 2. Anyone reading no further than the end of the summary might think that Sussex Police Authority, while not being top class, was safely on the 2nd level. But this is not the case, as becomes evident from an appendix at the end of the report. Sussex Police Authority meets most of the minimum requirements for each of the 4 categories, with some exceptions and areas of concern, and comes next to bottom. The heading Public Reporting presumably means how members of the public grade the authority, and their verdict of adequate seems to be roughly in agreement with that of the report, which could be paraphrased as mostly adequate. An examination of the full report, however, might suggest that the report is overgenerous, that it relies too much on what the authority told the inspectors. Although the descriptor of performance might suggest that Sussex Police Authority is judged in no way better than adequate, that is far from the case. The report records many strengths of the authority, some of which I will now examine. Setting strategic direction and priorities, paragraph 10. There is clear alignment between the Chief Constable's serving Sussex approach to policing delivery and the aspirations of the authority which selected him for that purpose. Really? Is there any police authority in England or Wales that has appointed a Chief Constable who is not intent on providing a service, or is intent on providing a service for a different area of the country? The serving Sussex approach is a sine qua non, not a strength. Paragraph 11. The authority ensures ethical behaviour for itself and the force, and has a robust approach to investigating complaints and preventing fraud and corruption. Absolutely untrue. When, suffering from police dishonesty and corruption, on the advice of the Police Complaints Authority, I wrote to Sussex Police Authority, they merely sent my complaints on to the Chief Inspector for my area. I have followed webcasts of Authority and Complaints Committee meetings for over 4 years, and at those meetings not a single actual complaint about the police from a member of the public has ever been discussed. I have heard the unelected member, who has since been made chairman of the authority, make very disparaging remarks about complainants, and the authority member, also unelected, to be credited with the longest diatribe against members of the public he calls querulous complainants, has recently been made chairman of the committee which deals with complaints. HMIC offers not a scrap of evidence to substantiate the utterly ridiculous claim that the authority has a robust approach to investigating complaints and preventing fraud and corruption. Paragraph 12. It also makes good use of force staff to augment its capacity. The attitude of the members of the authority is supportive of the police rather than authoritative, and much time is wasted in meetings, and this seems to be on the increase, by police officers giving a selective account of their work to a gullible audience. Paragraph 13. It has also introduced the monitoring of CCTV cameras in an innovative and efficient way. Its independent volunteers now also monitor the force's use of CCTV. This is helping to reassure the public and is attracting widespread public recognition and praise. Evidence for the public being reassured and of many offering praise is not provided. Public surveillance is carried out by Sussex Police using CCTV. The authority supervises volunteers who monitor the police's work, with a lead member, Councillor Daniel, responsible for the CCTV monitoring scheme. This is he.
It was offered the opportunity to go over there as well, and I declined on the grounds that Florrie was going. I thought there was enough money being spent.
In May 2010, there was a conference in Rotterdam on citizen, cities and video surveillance, to which people from Sussex were invited. The authority's lead member for CCTV did not go. The interests of the people of Sussex were represented by Chief Superintendent Ambler, Inspector Fox, and the slimy Bush, unelected chairman of the authority. Performance scrutiny. Paragraph 21. The authority effectively monitors delivery of the policing pledge. There were 10 pledges. My video, entitled Sussex Police Still Substandard, was about 2 HMIC reports on how well Sussex Police kept their promises. In October 2009, HMIC rated Sussex Police's overall performance as falling short of the required standard, and one pledge was so neglected that immediate remedial action was required, followed by another inspection in January 2010, which rated the force as still substandard, though pledge 10 was now given a grade of fair instead of poor. How HMIC can now say that the authority effectively monitors delivery, I do not understand, as HMIC itself is more likely to have been the catalyst for the slight improvement that eventuated. Paragraph 24. The authority is leading in improving road safety. Too many people are killed or seriously injured on Sussex roads. I doubt whether the councillor in the East Sussex Cabinet responsible for transport and the environment, or the councillor in West Sussex with the portfolio for highways and transport, would agree that he is being led by the Sussex Police Authority lead member for road policing, not long in post, in efforts to reduce the comparatively high level of road accidents in Sussex. Engaging with communities. Paragraph 32. It successfully webcasts its meetings, and stakeholders appreciate this form of contact with the authority. Some meetings have not been webcast, and when they were, sometimes contributions were inaudible because participants failed to turn on their microphones, and sometimes technical errors supervened, as in the case of a webcast on the 7th of July 2010, which started in the middle of Agenda Item 8. And to end the amazing paragraph 35, the authority's membership is largely representative of the local community in terms of gender and ethnicity. Here is the authority. Now I have put those who look male and have male-sounding names on the left, and females, using the same criteria, on the right. Does HMIC employ inspectors even more sexist than the male colleagues of a female firearms officer at Gatwick, who this year was awarded £275,000 in damages after sexist male colleagues forced her out of work? There are more women than men in Sussex. As for ethnicity, there is one member of the authority who may qualify for minority status, but could only represent one of several categories. And why stop at gender and ethnicity? What about age? And why are the self-righteous overrepresented by 3 magistrates and 1 ex-magistrate as members of the authority? Moreover, magistrates have a vested interest in believing what police officers say, as it makes their work easier. The 9 elected councillors here do legitimately represent the people of Sussex. The other 8 unelected members only represent themselves. Perhaps we need an inspectorate of inspectorates. The score I give to HMIC is 1.